Welcome, everybody, to the Unspoken Truth podcast show. This your boy JB, aka Big Spoke Draco, and this man already knows his name. I don't say people's name. You got to say your own name. But
KevOnStage, you feel me? Little Draco.
KevOnStage, man, this right here is a living legend. And let me tell y'all, man, the reason why I say that is because I've never seen anybody. I've seen a lot of clean comics. I've seen a lot of clean creators. Number one, you've been in it, what, 10 plus years?
Yeah.
You got a whole decade in.
Yeah. I actually probably been doing stand-up consistently about, a little over 10 years, actually.
Okay.
I started in college I first did it in high school. Then I messed around with it in college. And then I was like serious about it like 2009, 2010.
Okay. Well, what y'all don't realize is that this man right here, he is literally like the lobber of online creativity worldwide. And the reason why I say that,
huge compliments, JB.
Nah, man, I gotta say it, man, because people don't really look at it and see it the way I see it, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people do. But I gotta introduce you the proper way so people can just see it that way.
Thank you.
With that being said, if y'all know about All Def Digital, it was ran by Russell Simmons and many other people. But this man, he was in the admin department, and he literally brought in all the talent that is responsible for, if not billions combined views on the internet. And I saw him, and I've watched him, and I sat back. I seen him fly people out from different regions of the United States, all different types of talent. And if it wasn't for this man, for real, a lot of people wouldn't have the careers they have today. And this guy right here is literally like the forefront of online creativity. And that's why you are a walking legend, because you took a situation that was the job, but you loved it. And you also turned it into an independent type of brand where you are literally a walking network.
Listen, let me stop you and say, I would not have this job if it wasn't for JB. Me and JB wrote a movie. JB made sure that I was in the meeting with Russell and Steve. And if I didn't make that meeting, if I wasn't in there, then I would not be the walking legend that JB is calling me.
And much love to you, man. So,
Thank you, my brother.
So how you been, man?
I've been good, man. Corona messing up stuff, but also creating new opportunities.
Creating new opportunities?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I see you. I see you got a lot of things going on. You got the podcast. You're doing. You are on tours, selling out shows, doing 2 shows a night, if not more. You got the podcast with your wife. You got the thing going with Tony Baker and Doughboy and many others. Like, how do you keep up with everything that you're doing? Because I've never seen you sit down ever since I met you. I've never known you as the type to sit down.
I think it's because I grew up poor and that whole poverty mindset. I feel like if I stop for too long, somebody when you grow up poor, you always feel like somebody's going to take something from you. You're moving around a lot, all this and that. So I feel like it's, I just feel like if I stop working, I'm going to lose it. So I just can't. So even though I'm not on tour right now, I'm using that as an opportunity to shoot way more content than I normally do. We're beefing up my wife's YouTube channel, shooting a lot of stuff on her channel, building that up. I just be getting after it. And I think part of it is, man, it's a dream job. I had to do work, and you did too, had to work at jobs that I did not like. So if in order to keep this job, if I got to work this hard, I will do that, because it's technically work, but it doesn't feel like work. You know what I'm saying? I've done some jobs where I was picking up cigarette butts outside of a courthouse, and people be smoking when they're in court. So there's a lot of cigarette butts parking lot of courthouses. And I used to have to be doing that at 6 o'clock in the morning. And I was just like, man, this is buns. So to not have to do that, and, I got wife and kids. I'll do whatever I got to do to keep the lights on. But I don't want to go out of my way to have to do those jobs. So so I don't mind doing this, man. I'm no stranger to hard work. My mom worked hard. I've been having a job for as long as I can remember. Before I was even legally able to work, I had a lawn care company. When I was in like 7th, 8th grade, I used to buy candy on base and sell it at my school off base, buy it for 33 cents, sell it for $1. Man, I've been
hustling. Oh, you were hustling.
Bro,
you were hustling.
Business, man. He was stealing the candy and then selling it for 50 cents because his margin was better. And I was like, man, yeah, I can't compete with theft. So so I've never really been no stranger to hard work, man.
Okay. All right, man. I really and that's admirable for real, man. So Kevin, I got 18 questions for you.
Oh, okay.
18. This is how it's going. This ain't one of those. So tell me,
Yeah, 18.
Yeah. 18. It's random. They're gonna be up and down or whatever. So is there anything I can't ask you?
Nothing you can't ask me.
Okay. Just making sure.
All right. If it's something I can't answer, I'll be creative with my response.
Okay, that's a good one. And that is also a creative response. Okay, here we go, Kevin.
All right.
Number 1, give us a story of the worst whooping you've ever gotten in your life.
I'll never forget this. I was probably about 5th or 6th grade. My dad had a Ford Tempo, and he had bought a new car. So he parked a new car in the garage. He parked the Ford Tempo on the outside of the house, right over the roof. I had learned to climb all the way on top of the roof by the gate. I used to climb up top of the roof and jump off on top of the roof of his car. I was doing this for months, bro. It was the best thing in my life. I was like, I can never stop doing this. And he never paid attention because it was his old car. It was beat up. I don't even know why he kept it. But one day he went over there and he saw the roof smashed in. And the funny thing is, he didn't even ask. It was me and my sister, and I guess he did. Process of elimination. He knew it wasn't her. My brother didn't live with us at the time.
Process of elimination.
Yeah. So he came to me and was like, "Are you jumping off the roof onto my car?" And I was like, "Yes, I am. I am doing that." This man beat me so hard, JB. My toes, my big toe and my middle toe, crossed over like this, and I caught a cramp, and I could not move them. I cried to where sound had stopped coming out. I mean, it was like, you trying to kill me, bro. So eventually he stops after I black out. And then he comes back in later and he's like, just to let you know, I gave you 32 lashes. And then he just closed the door again. And that was the worst whooping I got. Deservedly so. I'm not even mad. When he whooped me, I was like, you know what?
I mean, you over here damn roofs and stuff, man.
I was like, who mans was I jumping off the roof and destroying the top of his car?
Yeah, so that was whoop worthy.
It was too late.
That was whooping worthy.
Absolutely. I deserved it. I'm not even mad at him. I appreciate him for being a man and teaching me that lesson. That was the last day I jumped off the roof, though. I guarantee you that.
I used to do that, but I never did that. I never dented a roof. I used to do that, though. Okay. The next one.
All right.
What's some other things that you would like to accomplish in life before it's all said and done?
I want to do so I don't know if you know, I play instruments barely. And one of the things I want to do, actually I bought a bass and a keyboard to do this, but I don't think it's the right time. I want to do a one-man show where I sing, even though I'm not a good singer, and I like learn how to play instruments, and I have like a musical, ridiculous one-man show that tells my life story with musical elements. And I'll have real musicians who play and real singers, but just creatively, I like to push myself. Like the current set I was doing on tour this year was a little different than the last two. And I just don't want people to feel like they can adequately place me in any box. I should be able to surprise you. I'm going to say something that you don't think I should say as a comedian, as a married man, as a father. Like, I want the element of surprise. That's why I've been pushing the envelope a little bit more and more on social media, mainly so that when you come see me in real life, you're not like, dang, who is this? Like, because if you would have saw me coming up in comedy, I am the same comic. I just, was doing church material. That's how we took off. So I couldn't just go to that, when the church stuff was working. But I was like, nah, man, I gotta do comedy the way I want to do it. So that's my like dream. A lot of money. It's just more about like I want to really surprise people and be like, yo, is that Kev on the keys? Is that Kev on the bass, on the drums? Like I've played all those instruments just okay. So
Yeah, because I
later
see
on,
you on them drums though.
yeah, you know, most black church kids, a lot
So
of
you
us can play
really,
the drums.
so you know how to play every instrument.
No, I know how to play the drums. I know how to play the bass, and I used to play the piano, but I wasn't a natural piano player, so I forgot all the songs I knew. If you taught me how to play a song, I could recreate what you taught me, certain basics, but learning it on my own was nearly impossible. I could learn a song on the bass by myself, but I wasn't nice. And in my life, if I can't kill it, I ain't gonna do it. I need to be killing it. If I can't kill it, it don't make no sense for me to do it. I want to do stuff I'm amazing at.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I noticed that that you said something that I was about to ask you, and it was about when you said that you pushed the envelope online,
Yeah.
because you don't want people like getting confused or whatever, you know, or what you're saying, and who you are. So my question is it a struggle at times dealing with the backlash of the church, of church people who takes your jokes too seriously?
You know, the answer is yes, it is a struggle. But I am learning to deal with it because I realize the Christian I am now, if I were who I used to be 15 years ago, I'd be mad at my current self.
Okay.
So it's easy to understand why people are frustrated. They think this ain't funny because, you know, or whatever. It's because I used to think, you know, if you took one drink, you were going to hell. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't like when people think I don't love God for real just because I be playing in church. I just been in church a lot, man.
Yeah.
You go to church as much as I did, you have to think about something else, man. We was just up in there too much as kids. So, you know, and honestly, I haven't been doing as much church material as of late just because there's not as much of that material as there is of everything else. There's always something ridiculous on the internet. There's not always something ridiculous about the church on the internet. So, but yeah, I really don't read too many comments after a while because you know what it's like in there. I just be like, man, I only like to read them if they praise me.
No, I see some of your days, like I remember looking at your Instagram, probably like 2 years ago, or probably like a year ago. You were in the car. It was during the time when you were doing like a lot of blogs in the car.
Yeah.
In the morning. And I remember you saying, the trolls started coming out, and then you were like, you know, I ain't got time today.
Right.
So I've seen that before. So.
Yeah, I mean, part of this business is it's like an NBA player learning to deal with fans who boo you. Like everybody's not gonna like you. It's easier to just accept that and be who you are than to try to fit what people think you should be. Because I get on my own nerves. I disappoint myself sometimes. I'll be like, Kev, you said you was gonna get up, you were supposed to work out, you were supposed to eat. Like I can't even keep my own self happy. So of course I want to offend somebody else. I offend myself sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Next one. How did working with ADD under Russell in the admin department play a hand in how you move independent today with your brand?
So I've been saying lately, working at All Def was like going to digital media college. It taught me the business aspect of the industry. Before, it was always the talent aspect. I was Zay and JoJo's dad. I was a writer, creator, producer. But people in Hollywood don't really let you know how they view talent. You know what I'm saying? Like, and working on All Def let me see like, oh, this is how investors think. This is how producers think. This is how creatives think. This is how brand deals work. So learning all that made me see what the value is in doing my own thing and the value of working with the squad. And, you know, my dad actually gave me the best advice ever when I first moved out of my own apartment. He said, everybody's trying to use you. He was in the Army at the time. He's like, the Army's using me. I just have to make sure what I get out of it is valuable to me. So they're going to take time. They're going to send me places I don't want to be. But in exchange, I get money. I get free healthcare. I get a roof over my head. I get family this. I get, you know, GI Bill and all that. So I've calculated the cost of this, and I've decided here's my value. So knowing that Hollywood people are trying to use me from the beginning, and it's not even like a negative thing. That's how business works. Like, I give you money, you give me a chicken sandwich. You're not just gonna hand me the Popeye's chicken sandwich because I smile. Like, there's got to be an exchange of goods or value. So looking at it like that, the main thing is allow me not to take it personally when people don't, get me. Like me and Doughboy, or I was directing his pilot, and I realized, like, I went out for a lot of auditions and I never really booked anything. And then when you sit on the other side of it, you see why. It's because they get the wealth of talent. They can literally pick someone based on height, and the talent is the least important factor. Like, everybody's talented. It's never really about the talent. It's like, oh, this girl's light skinned, or this girl's dark skinned, or this girl looks more around the way, or this, like, that's how we had that many people to choose from. You could literally pick by eyebrows. Like, her eyebrows are a little thick. I want, you know what I mean? It was like ridiculous. So when you've seen that part, you don't really take it personal when you don't get something, or somebody tries to screw you over or something like that, because it's, there's nothing really you can do about it. There's a lot of factors that go into it that you'll never even know about. So that was really instrumental in me realizing the value of building my own stuff up and how to think about it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Next one. Have you ever left church early because you showed up and your preacher wasn't preaching?
Absolutely. I've done that recently within the last 15, 20 times at church. And I'm sorry if anybody who my church sees this, but I like my pastor. And because I don't get to go to church as much as I used to, because I work on the weekends and I'm usually traveling back to LA on Monday. On Sundays, I'm usually either driving into the city for that Sunday night show or whatever. But I've sat down and my pastor was there, and he's like, I just got back in town. I'm gonna let this minister preach today, and I'm just been like, all right. Didn't even let him read a scripture, bro. I'm gone. I did not sign up for that. And I'm ashamed. It's wrong. Trash. But I left and I went and got crab legs at the crab leg spot near the church. I didn't even go home. I was just like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna just go eat lunch.
This dude crazy. He's like, all right, I'm out there. That was funny. All right, next one. What and who inspires you?
My mom was my first inspiration. My mom was the first creative person I knew. She was a writer. She used to write plays and books and poetry, and then she used to run businesses.
Your mom wrote poetry?
Businesses, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know all that.
And yeah, my mom is legally blind, just like Donna Goodo, and she travels more than my dad. She always got an event she's speaking at, always hustling. So I feel like I got a lot of that personality, my creative part and my hustle, from her. She always worked. As long as I can remember, she used to have 3 jobs. She had a real job and then a business, then 2 businesses when she didn't have a regular job. So she probably was my biggest inspiration.
Okay. Shout out to moms.
Shout out to mom. Yeah.
All right. What was your lowest and highest moments of your life, and what did it teach you about the game of life?
I don't really count my highs. I thought about that a lot. People ask me, do you ever look back and be like, man, look at all the stuff I've accomplished? And I don't. And it's not from a braggadocious point of view. It's just I'm always looking at what I'm looking towards, that I don't spend a lot of time looking back at what I've done or what I'm currently doing. And I don't really compare myself to my old self. It's just like I'm always looking at, like, what's the people ahead of me doing? What's Lil Rel doing, and Issa and Yvonne, like people in my class. Like, I always focus on that. And then people be like, yeah, but you did 4,000 tickets in Chicago. And I'm like, yeah, but the venue sat 10,000. So it's really 6,000 empty seats. And they're like, are you insane? You know what I'm saying? So, but that's just how I am. And the lowest point, career-wise, I won't say low as in like I was like depressed or something, but I will say that it was a time I misjudged the industry the most, and it was catastrophic to my confidence and stuff. When Austin is TV, I came to them and asked for Zay Zay and JoJo to get a raise because they had been the most successful weekly show on Austin is TV, and they said no. And then within 3 months, canceled our contract or didn't renew our contract. I was like, oh my God, like y'all did not see the value that I thought y'all saw. And the crazy thing is, when we started, Zay Zay's YouTube channel was booming. And then in the contract, they said you cannot post any videos on your personal YouTube channel.
Oh, y'all was in that?
We was in the first wave of that. And for us,
I mean,
nobody care about that, man. We with y'all.
That's what I'm saying. You was a part of that. You was a part of the beginning wave of, because people talk about my story and what I've been through. You went through what I went through too. We've been in this together.
Yes, we have. And I was like, man, y'all, they really don't care about you, like, as a person. Like, everybody was so nice and buying the boys gifts and this and that. But when it came time for contract renewals, and they didn't, like, all them phone calls stopped, all that stuff stopped. And what's crazy is they made the boys stop uploading on their channel. And then when they didn't re-sign them, it was because they're like, we're moving towards influencers who have their own big channels. And I was like, y'all slow down Zay's growth. What you mean? Now he would have had 1 million subscribers at that time, because everything we posted was doing hundreds of thousands of views. And this was when YouTube was the only game in town. You know what I'm saying? So now I don't trip a lot, because I wouldn't want that influencer life for my kids anyway. I'm happy it worked out that way, because it taught me some very valuable lessons about business and people and all that. And my kids are growing up a normal life. Like, they literally ain't left the house in, this is probably going on the 4th week. And they're not weird. Like, a lot of them kids, man, they are freaking weird.
Your kids get outside.
Yeah.
I see them playing soccer, all kind of stuff. Like, they gets out.
Yeah. Well, that's Joe. Isaiah doesn't do anything. He don't do nothing outside. But Isaiah, like, he got his friends at school, man. They shoot and edit their own videos. Like, he's living a normal kid's life, which is more important to me than him being a YouTube star. Because a lot of them YouTubers, man, them kids are not doing well in, like, life.
Yeah.
I didn't want that for my kids. I wanted them to have a normal childhood. If you want to go back into the industry, do it when you're 18, 19, when you've already lived a regular life. You already have some, some morals and some value. Because them people on set, bro, they don't care about you. And not in a negative way. Like, their job isn't to care about you or raise you.
Exactly. You said it right. You just said it right. Rewind that back, because people need to hear that again. Their job
is to make sure you perform. They don't care about you. And that's why people end up on drugs. Like, I could probably do another take if I had, like, a little coke. Like, they're like, okay, I'll get you cocaine or alcohol or a woman, or, like, they literally, JoJo was like, they're like, come on, Joe, do this scene. He was like 4. He was like, no. And they were like, what if we got you a puppy? And I was like, man, you are not getting this kid. No, what? Who's going to take care of a dog? No. You don't want to do it. We'll go home. Like, because you're not going to raise you entitled, because life doesn't work like that. Like, regular life doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
So it worked out good, but at the moment I was like, oh man, how am I going to bounce back from this? They got nothing. Y'all just let us go with nothing. So yeah, that was a very low moment in our career.
Okay. All right. Now, what advice? Because I not only do I respect your work, I respect how you move. Like,
thank you.
The way you move is impeccable, and I know that it's always a journey with everybody that's walking the planet. Everybody have their things, what they go through, but you're also responsible for what you display.
Right.
And you do a very good job at showing your relationship with your marriage with your wife, your kids, keeping your kids low key when it's time to keep them low key. But there's a lot of other people online right now. They're doing blogs, they're doing family blogs and stuff like that. A lot of them are dramatic. You see drama everywhere and stuff like that. Yeah. What advice would you give? And what advice do you think your wife would give collectively to people that's trying to step into that lane when it comes to showing your life, but balancing it with work, but not also making it dramatic and up in the foot?
Like for us, it's been about creating your own story, right? Like, we've been pitched a reality show more times than I can even tell you. People want to make us a reality show, and we've always turned them down, because what ends up happening is, if it's not interesting enough, they'll create narratives that don't exist and stories that don't exist, but then those will have real life effects. So, like, my kids don't always want to make videos. And that was one of the things that was hard about them being in Austin, is like, Zay usually wanted to, but Joe was like, well, I ain't want to do this. I just wanted to do that one time. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want this to be a job. You know what I'm saying? So some days he was in a good mood, some days he was in a bad mood. So what I allow my kids to do is like, if you want to be in this, you can. If you don't, you don't have to. We're going to make a vlog about us being in Japan. You don't ever have to be in it. But if you feel like talking, hop in. If you don't. Like Zay Zay's going through this phase where he's cool, man. You know, I'm cool. And you know
See
what I'm
that
saying?
look on his face.
Yeah, like he trying to be cool. So do that, bro. Because we don't need you to make it interesting. I don't want to showcase you, and I definitely don't want to put forth no image that's not true. So when he was younger, he was way into it. And Joe be into it more than Isaiah. I can get Joe to get in the video now way easier than I can get Isaiah because he worried about his brand and his image. With his but yeah, I think it was just like making sure we don't exploit our children, and that was kind of the thing. Like, if you don't feel like being in this, bro, don't even feel bad about that, because most kids don't even have to think about this. So I am your father. I'll find a way to provide for you. I don't need you to act a certain way so we can get views and clicks, because what happens is people get addicted to those views and likes, and the bar just keeps being raised for views and what can be crazier and what can be more dramatic. Like the Kardashians on their reality show, this is just like last week, Kim and Courtney were fist fighting.
Yeah.
Slapping each other into walls. And I was like, y'all really, you need something else. You had the cheating, you had sex, you had Lamar Odom, and you have to keep raising the bar. Now you physically got to fight your sister on television.
Yeah.
And even then, eventually that's not going to be enough. So I was just like, bro, I'd rather work at Target than to do any of that. Like, before I do that, I'll work a regular job and I'll still be KevOnStage. Like, didn't you used to? Yep. Now, would you like paper? Like, I won't
feel you on that.
Because I'm a father first. I'm a husband and a father first before I'm KevOnStage.
For real.
I'm dad or I'm Kev. So if I got an Uber or Postmates, I will do whatever I got to do to keep the lights on.
Man, I respect that. I respect that. For real. The world need to hear that.
Yeah.
All right. Next one. What do you like and dislike the most about the content creating game?
What I like the most is being able to entertain people, especially when they're having a bad day or something traumatic in their life and they need something else to think about, and they can come to me and have a laugh, and for that moment forget about their problems. The part I dislike is feeling like I have to be doing something all the time. This is a pressure I put on myself. I have just trained myself. If I'm not posting a video a day, then they're going to forget me. And that's just not true. Like, I've done years and years and years of videos, and I still feel pressure to post a video a day. And if one doesn't hit enough for my liking, I got to post something else. You know what I mean? But sometimes I have difficulty just being like, man, I'm gonna just take a couple of days off. Like, I only really do that when I'm on vacation. And even then I take stuff that I post on my story and I'll just put it up as like ancillary content. I just won't go for my regular videos. But people who work regular jobs, they can just be like, all right, I'm on vacation. I'm not thinking about my job. And when you are in this business, you at least the way I'm doing it, I can't ever, it's like every day can be a vacation and every day is a work day. You're never truly off and you're never truly on vacation. You know what I mean? So you might be in Japan, but you're shooting a vlog, editing, uploading, making sure that you're uploading a video in that's a good time zone in America. So you might stay up till 3:00 Tokyo time to make sure it's up at 6 a.m. in LA. And like, regular people don't have to think about any of that stuff. They just go be in Japan. So, and mind you, some of this pressure is self-inflicted. So I'm not saying that you have to live like that, but that's what I don't like, because I do that to myself, and I'm my own worst critic and taskmaster. So,
Dang,
yeah.
Man. I ain't know you. Dang, man, you be putting a lot of pressure on yourself, but that's good though. That's good though. You know what I'm saying? But just it's okay to rest.
My wife tells me that all the time. I'm like,
it's
you
okay.
Don't know.
For real, man. Yeah, moving on. Has there ever been a time when your faith in God has been tested?
Yeah, I think there's definitely been a time when I was about to get fired, when I worked at the bank, and when I eventually got fired, I was just like, God, I know this was my fault, but I don't know how this is gonna work. Because my bills did not change, just my income changed. So getting through that made a lot of this part easy, because and then coming to LA with no prospects, of income coming to a city where my rent for an apartment was more than double my mortgage for my house. That was like insane. The first day I got here, and the first Friday that direct deposit didn't come in from Boeing, is where I really had to be like, all right, God, you got us, because I don't know how it's going. And somehow we made it by faith and a thread. We made it. We made it here. We actually just this past month just made we made 7 years living. Just made it be
7 years.
Yeah, now that's what they say. If you can make it in LA for seven years, you made it. I don't know if that's even.
Man, look, you did better than me, because we went out at the same time, and I went back like 3 to 5 times. So you never left. You stayed in the paint.
School though.
You stayed in the paint.
I had no plan B, man. I was like, we're gonna make this work.
Okay. Hey man, I respect it. All right. Next one. When will you feel like you made it?
I will never feel that.
Dang.
I will never, ever feel that way.
Okay.
I wouldn't. If I had a studio the size of Tyler Perry's studio, I would still be like, okay, I got to do this, and I ain't done this, and I'll never feel like that. That's just not my personality. I am always looking for the next challenge. Even if I made it in one part of my industry, I would switch gears and challenge myself to do something that I'm uncomfortable in, just to feel like I got to hustle. Like TikTok. I've been doing TikTok, and I realized.
You on that?
Yeah, just because.
Oh my God.
I'm doing it kind of like my way to see if I can build it from scratch. Just only for the challenge of doing something my way. It's not even about becoming a TikToker or anything like that. I just enjoy the challenge of struggling. That's another reason why I bought the instruments before my wife made me throw them away. Like, I enjoy things being hard and having to figure it out and having it be tough. So I'll always challenge myself. You'll probably see me bomb on a special or make a weird movie before you ever see me stop and say I made it. I will always be challenging myself to do something new or hard or that you wouldn't expect before I would say, I made it, man. I'm going to take a couple years off.
Man, that's a hard worker right there, man. I thought I was Mr. Faith, consistency, and hard work, man. Golly. Man, Kevin be getting it in, bro. Y'all be talking about work ethic, man. Kevin be getting it in, bro.
I got to, man.
He's a walking motor. For real. And it don't shut off.
Nah.
All right. What brings you peace, and what will happen if you don't get that peace?
My family, man. If I didn't have the main reason I can be successful is because my house is in order. Like, I've got a good relationship with my wife and my children. If somehow my career started to harm that, you would see cracks in the armor. You'd see my work ethic fail. You'd see my jokes not land. Like, that humbleness comes from knowing that they're taken care of and we got a good relationship. If that wasn't cool, then I would have no peace in anything. There's no amount of money or notoriety or anything that would make me feel good. I would be like, nope, everything's messed up because my family's not right.
Hey man, that's game, man. That's
yeah,
game.
I would be like, oh man, nah, forget all that before I let my family fall apart. Because at the end of the day, man, if I lost all my followers right now and got canceled, my wife and kids would not care.
Yeah.
They don't love me for that. Nobody in the house calls me KevOnStage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So all that could go away and they wouldn't care. And that's what keeps me grounded. Is knowing that I don't have to be that for them. I don't have to be on. I don't have to impress them. I don't have to even be funny. My kids don't even find me funny like that. I'm just a corny dad. My wife was with me before I had any of this and would be with me if I lost all this. So there's there's a lot of security in that. Like, I could be like, all right, bro, I'm out the industry, man. I'm about to go sell cars. And they'd be like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, they would not trip. So that's my best, the best part of my life.
Man, I respect that, man. For real. Nah, man, because I'm the same way. I feel like if I ain't got my family around me, man, I don't have my peace. For real,
man.
My family just staying grounded and just know what a foundation is. Like, that's the whole foundation of everything.
you're on top of the world. Everybody wants to be your friend when they feel like being your friend can value them.
Yeah.
When they don't see that they can use you for something or being associated with you, then they don't care. Like, and I know that I do have friends who I know, wouldn't treat me like that.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people who hit me up and just want to be a part of what I built, but they don't care about me as a person, per se.
Yeah.
So I get that. I get the game part of it, and I just know it is what it is. But it's easier to deal with that because I got my family to keep me grounded and keep me humble. It makes me, they're the people that are excited, for me when things go well, and they're people that be sad with me when they don't go well.
Man, that's real, man. Just to let everybody know, it ain't nothing out there.
There ain't nothing
out there, bro. Ain't nothing out here in these streets, bro. All right. We wrapping it up.
All right.
This right here is pick one. All right? Pick one. Sanford and Son or the Jefferson?
Sanford and Son. Because Red Fox and what was her name? Not Ethel. The lady who used to go back and forth with all the time. I can't think of her name.
I forgot. I mean, I'm a little too young. I watched it, but
yeah, their relationship Martin and Pam is literally that same relationship.
That's crazy. You're saying that.
It is literally
crazy.
Martin and Pam. So, but that part is what made it funny. I like the Jeffersons too, but Red Fox, Fred Sanford, man, he was just classic.
Okay. Theater or Netflix?
Me, the person watching?
Yeah.
Theater. Yeah, there's a certain element of knowing something is happening live and knowing things can go wrong and knowing real people are in front of you. Like Netflix.
Oh, I don't mean that. I'm talking about like movie theater. Yeah, movie theater. Yeah, that.
Man, that's tough. Because I do like the movies, but man, not having to leave your house I probably would prefer Netflix. The only thing about the theater is like a big action movie like Avengers or Transformers. Those you don't want to watch at your house.
Yeah.
But comedies, dramas, I don't care if I'm at home, but just big sounds and explosions. I need that on the big screen.
Okay.
So because I travel so much, I probably would have to say Netflix.
All right.
I just need a good sound system.
everybody been saying Netflix so far.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Yeah.
The next one, TD Jakes or Creflo Dollar? That's on you, man. That's on. Why you laughing, Kev?
Funny. TD Jakes. Nothing against Creflo, but I really admire TD Jakes. I feel like he's been famous in my world my whole life. So his daughter Sarah is a friend of mine. She's doing amazing things, and I just really admire TD, man. I feel like he is who he says he is. He stands for something. He's got his family there. You know what I'm saying? I just love TD, man.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Pick one.
Okay.
So you're on a bridge and you're running, and you look in the water and you see your career drowning and your best friend. Now I know your best friend is your wife, but we're not talking about her. We're literally your best friend. Who are you saving?
Oh, I'll save my friend, man. I'll save my friend.
Okay.
I have done other jobs, bro. I can find happiness outside of this. I'll be sad that I can't do this anymore, but I couldn't willingly go into the water and pick up the and watch my boy drown. So I'll say my best friend.
All right. Now this is the follow-up. All right. I asked everybody this question, so I'm not asking you this just because, like, this is. So I'm gonna add on to it. So you're jogging and you look in the water, you see your best friend drowning, but then you see Jesus drowning. Who you saving?
My best friend, man, Jesus died and came back already. He been there, done that. He got all power in his hand. He'll be good. My boy might not make it out alive. Jesus got it, bro. I'm sure he can come back. I trust that him or his father will make sure he's squared away.
This dude crazy. All right. All right, last one. We about to wrap it up. All right. Kevin Fredericks. If you had to pick between your penis and your eyes, which one you getting rid of?
Oh, my eyes. Forget what? Come on, man. I only need my eyes so I know where to put my penis. I'm good, bro. I don't need those. You can take that right now. Don't take meat, man. Don't take my meat. Nah, bro. Take my eyes. I already saw stuff, bro. I can remember that.
Hey, crazy, man.
I need that.
You for real?
Absolutely.
You don't like,
bro.
How you gonna write? Like how you gonna shoot videos?
Hey Siri, start recording. I'll figure the rest of that out, bro. That I already went to Japan. I've been to London. I've been to Paris. I've been to the places I wanted to see. I'm good, bro. Tell me what it looks like. I can't be out here with no meat, man. That's just
hey. Oh my Lord. Lord, that got me. Hey, that's funny, bro. Hey, you're the first person probably online to make me cry laughing, bro. Like dead ass, bro. That got me going right there.
Man, I take that as a compliment.
Woo. That was good. Oh Lord. All right, man. Tell everybody all your information and everything, man.
Follow me. My name is Kevin Fredericks, but you can find me online, KevOnStage, everywhere. Watch a video, share a video. If I'm in your town and I'm performing, come out and see your boy. Otherwise, just appreciate any love you can show my way.
All right, y'all. This your boy. Hey, man, all love, man. You know what I'm saying? Until we meet again, link again, you know, brother from another mother. You know what I'm saying? We in this thing, A1, day one. We still here. We still kicking, man. And if I never told you, man, I love you, man.
Love you too, bro. Appreciate the love and support, man.
All love, man. Take care.